morning. So I'm gonna be harvesting some of these plums. The Santa Rosa plum is ready to be done, basically. It's ready to be harvested. Um, I'm right in front of the sun, so I'm wearing sunglasses. Learn my lesson. Um, I like to come out here early morning, but it's been getting so hot. If I don't get out here early enough, it's just very hot. So I'm gonna try to make this fast. Just wanted to show you guys um, my Santa Rosa plum harvest. And basically, this is what the tree looks like right now. The birds have eaten and pecked a lot of the fruit that was not in these little organza bags. So what I'm going to be harvesting is the fruit that's inside the organza bags. I already started my harvest because there was like 100 bags on this tree, and it would have taken way too long to harvest all the bags and filming, and it would just be a really long video. So I use these little pruners because sometimes if you pull it, you kind of break the branch. Like you can break the branch. So I like to use some pruning shears. And a lot of this fruit from here, I think I already took a lot of it. We have on the back side. And yeah, so, and I'm watering because yesterday was my watering day and I missed it. And so I'm gonna have to do it today, so I'm a day late. I like to water in the evenings because we get less evaporation. During the day we get really, really hot. We're in the high 90s and it's our summer, and it's just gonna get hotter. So let me get picking. So basically, this tree, I kind of have a love and hate type of feeling for it because it took really long to come into production. I've basically been growing this tree for about, I'm gonna put it here, for about 9 years, and you're getting some of the fruit in the back. About 9 years, and I've only had 2 really good fruit sets on this tree, like 2 really good years of a nice fruit set. And so basically, if it's in the organza bag, it's perfect. And so that's one of the reasons why, knowing what I know now, I probably wouldn't grow this tree again if I had to like start over. I would maybe choose another variety. I don't know, maybe I would, because it is a really, really good tasting variety. So, so maybe I would. But that's another thing. So it took a long time to get going, to get established, to produce. And for me, at least, I don't know, it's just my experience. And then another thing, it seems like it's like the one of the trees that gets affected really bad by pests, like insects, especially aphids. So this tree gets really badly infested with aphids almost every year. So this year was the first year that I used a dormant insect, a dormant spray oil, which kind of helps with the insect problem. If you have one, kind of smothers them, and yeah, it kind of gets rid of them. So it did help. I did notice that it did help. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I have a nice crop this year. But yeah, so out of all my trees, this one gets really attacked by aphids or bugs or any sort of insect. So insect problem took really long to produce. I've only had 2 good crops in about 9 years, and I think that's about it. So it's kind of really high maintenance. I like really easy, carefree trees that kind of just, you know, don't require a lot of care. Um, so yeah, it's one of my more high maintenance trees. I have to do more work, and it feels like the amount of work that goes into it, and compared to the reward, is just not balanced or not good. Um, so so yeah, just you reaping. But I probably, but it is really, really, really delicious. So just probably like the best or my favorite in my backyard of all the fruit trees that I have. Um, it might be my favorite, and then followed closely by the peach. Um, but yeah, it is really, really, really good. You get it to give you a nice crop. Um, what else? As far as care goes, I do the same thing I do with all the other trees. I I like, this is how I water. I set a timer, I put the hose down, and I kind of just flood the bottom of like the little ring and kind of give it a nice flood it, just kind of flood it. Normally I do 30 minutes once a week, but now that we're getting hotter, I'm probably gonna do twice a week, maybe add another 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, maybe a total of 35 to 40 minutes a week in the summer. And kind of just adjust it. So as far as like care goes, like it's the same thing as I do with all the other trees. I prune in the late winter and I fertilize in the early spring with an organic fertilizer. And then I just started doing the dormant spray oil right before the tree wakes up, so late winter, early spring, kind of help with the insects. And then that's what I do. I insect control, fertilize, and prune. Prune for shape and prune for size. And then that's it. And it's really important to stick to a watering schedule. I think like consistent watering really helps. I think that's what helps the tree hold on to its fruit and mature its fruit. So that's it. I still have a lot of bags, even here in the front, but I have a lot more in the back. I put 100 bags on this tree, and so I gotta get them all off. The fruit's all right. The birds took more than half, so that gives you an idea of how much fruit was on here. It was a very, very heavy fruit set this year. So yeah, I need to get my son ready for school. I have lots of things to do, so I'm gonna wrap up this video so it's not so long. But yeah, grow this tree if you want something really delicious and you have time to, you know, care for the tree. That's it. I think that's all I wanted to say. So I'm gonna grab the camera and give you guys a close-up of my harvest that I've had so far in that basket. And I'm gonna turn off the water really quick. It's already so hot and it's like 8 o'clock. I'm like already starting to like sweat. Yeah, 8 o'clock, it's what the weather is like in the high desert. So I'm gonna show you guys a close-up of the fruit. So there's a tree. See, there's still a lot of bags left on there that I will remove later on this evening. I gotta get all the rotting fruit and dry fruit that the birds got to off the tree onto the ground. There's some already on the ground. And then I will rake it. I don't like to leave any fruit on the ground because it could have like bug eggs in there, and I don't want any like bugs to be hatching and infesting the tree. It could also attract like critters, and I don't want any of that. I don't want to have to deal with the critters, and yeah, so I don't want the fruit staying in the ground, on the ground. So I'll rake it. I'll get most of it off the tree. All the good stuff I'll get off the tree, the rest of the bags. The rest, you can see the bird damage. See, they peck them and then they kind of turn into like raisins. So you kind of just flick them off, get all that off. See, the birds have been eating them. They did take more than like half, so it was a lot. And see all of these, the birds got those. I need to get all this off. Like, see, the birds ate them. And then once they break the skin, they kind of dry up like raisins. I still have some fruit. Whoops. See, the birds got to those. So if it doesn't have a bag, the birds probably got to them, which is fine because there's just no way I can eat all this fruit. So I'll get it all off. I'll rake it and get this nice and clean, and it'll be done. It'll be the end of the plum season, the end of my plum season. So here is my harvest so far. And we've been eating plums for the past 2 weeks. So there they are. This one's kind of shined. I kind of shined it a little bit to give you guys, so you guys can see the colors, like a deep maroon color. But yeah, let me see if I can shine this up. They're so good. They are so good. It is probably one of my favorites. Probably my favorite, followed by the peach. And then the other plum is just very sweet, but this is a very complex, beautiful flavor. But there they are. They got this like white, powdery, waxy coating on them. I'm gonna save the bags. I already have another a container full of the baggies, so I can reuse them for next year. But I'm gonna bite into this. I've been snacking on these. These are so good. So good. So let me show you. So juicy, delicious, beautiful color. I'm gonna finish this. You guys enjoy your gardens, and I have to get out of the sun because I'm sweating already at 8 o'clock. Stay indoors and stay cool till this evening. Still a lot of bags left, and there's a lot on this side. That shot. But all right, so this is my harvest, my Santa Rosa plum harvest so far. All right, bye.